Hi there. Well, here I am in Cyprus still, Nicosia. I'm looking forward to more sharing of the fabulous work of Engage Yoga, which is extremely systematic and attentive to the intelligence of existence, how we actually work. I was teaching last weekend in Limassol, and I was saying basically, I teach people how we work. How do our bodies work? How do our hearts work? How do our feelings and emotions work? How do our minds work? And how do we work ecologically? And it's basic biology, really. It's biology, ecology, or something like that. Because what we're understanding is what it is to be a human being. What it is to be a human being. I've got my gloves on. I'm about to do a yogasana practice, and I like wearing these gloves when I don't have a good mat. But so they are like, mine are all torn up and broken now, but they fit well. That's what we're teaching really, is we're teaching people how to be knowing of what this is, and how to be in this in a good way, in a really good way, in a powerful, strong way, to make a difference to the way things are, for yourself and for all beings everywhere. The great yoga chants of things like Lokaha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, this kind of thing. It's like Loka is the realms, in all the realms of existence, wherever living beings find themselves, whether it's on the skin of an oak tree, or deep underground, or flying in the sky, or in completely different realms beyond our imagination. It doesn't matter. Lokaha in all the realms. Samastaha. All beings without exception. All beings, sama equal and without exception, all beings. Sukhino, may they find ease and peace, joy, equanimity, well-being, the goodness that the mantra Om itself represents. Mantra Om is joy and its goodness and its power and its beauty and its love. That's what mantra Om is. It's all the states of consciousness, and consciousness, the feeling of consciousness, is love and joy and peace. That's what consciousness is. It feels like that. When you're in a state of consciousness and awareness, because it feels deeply loving and connected and inseparable to everything else. It's got a resilient joyfulness that bubbles up through it. And that's the sort of, that feeling is what we mean by truth. Truth isn't a code. It's not a code of conduct. It's not a group of rules. It's not an outcome. It's not a decisive fact. It's none of those things. Truth is a place inside of us that feels deeply conscious, compassionate and loving, and we act according to that, not according to some prescribed set of individual cultural or social rules that tell us what truth means, according to some law or another. That's not what we're doing. So, anyway, truth. And we do live in a post-truth world, don't we? I was reading New Scientist in the paper today. We live in a post-truth world where our politicians, we'll talk about that in a minute, our politicians no longer bother with experts. It doesn't matter what the experts think. These people may have spent 35 years studying a particular thing, but what the hell? I'm going to completely ignore it because I'm a politician. We're in the age of ignorance, where our political leaders themselves are spreading ignorance and lying. And the whole Brexit campaign was a lie, wasn't it? The whole thing. £340 million the NHS per second when we leave Brexit. Everything. And what's actually happened? All those promises have fallen to the wayside, and the pound has dropped down to 1.1 euros. How good is that? Which means, actually, Brexit guys, that your house is now worth much, much less than it was, and that people, foreigners, can come in, because the pound is so low, foreigners can come in and buy up England now. How about that? And of course, Japan wants to go in, and we're now at the bottom of the American trade deal, and Europe doesn't want to do business with anymore, so well done, Brexit wallers, you fucked the UK. UK, there's the thing. There is no more UK. Scotland would probably leave. I wouldn't blame them, would you? Wales would probably try and get out, and so would Cornwall, and actually, I'd like Bristol to get out as well. I really would. Because actually, the majority of Bristol voters stay in the European Union because we want a damn good, strong, easy, accessible Europe where we can share. Anyway, what the hell? Well, you true blue, lovely people, you voted out there for us to leave, and now we take the consequences. Thank you very much indeed. And a lot of you are elders as well, older people. Now, elders, I think, should know better. They should actually look at the facts and not live in a post-truth world. But there we go. Post-truth world. Newt Gingrich in the States, US presidential candidate one time, was talking about the rising rate of crime in the United States of America. Well, actually, the rate of crime in the United States of America is falling. But that's okay, isn't it? Because he wants to make a point that it's rising, and therefore he'll completely ignore the facts. And when he was pulled up on the facts, he said, well, yeah, I'm going to go with my feelings on this one. Great, you're going to go with your feelings on it. Fantastic. Ignore the facts, ignore all the statistical evidence, and then ignore everything the experts say, and just go with your feelings. And your opinions, of course, Newt, and Cameron, and Donald Trump, and Theresa May. Go with your opinions, and go with your agendas, go with your political agendas, your party political agendas that are allied to your class, and your land ownership, and all the other beliefs you hold, yeah, that have nothing to do with any empirical evidence, the work of experts, or truth. So how is it to live in a post-truth world? Yeah? How are we doing? I'd like to see some more intelligence applied. You know, the political system itself, yeah, is self-selects for disassociated personality types. What do I mean by that? I mean it's post-feudal, and to be a feudal overlord, to be an aristocrat of any kind, what you had to do was you had to be psychopathic. In a nutshell, you had to be ready to decapitate, disembowel, skin alive, burn at the stake, or do anything to anybody, including your mother, your father, your brothers, your sisters, or your children, or anyone else. Whole nations, you could obliterate whole nations at the whim of your personal agendas. That's the nature of a psychopathic aristocrat. To be an aristocrat or an overlord, you had to have those tendencies or you wouldn't survive, because somebody meaner would come along and take it all from you. And you wanted to pass it on to your children, don't you? So you see the framework. The framework of the feudal age is like that. It's just like this whole, despot-ridden, desperate state of humanity. It's a hell realm. In Buddhist terms, it's a hell realm. And then what we've got is we've got systems now, we call them democracy, but they're not really democracy because you have to have loads of money to stand, and you've got to be one of the member of two parties, one of which represents the land ownership and the people who've got lots and lots and lots of stuff and make sure they want to keep it and get more of it, yeah? And the other group are the people who are doing their damnedest, sometimes, to try and help people out who haven't got any that much stuff and work hard and get their hands in the soil and that kind of thing, and doing a job of trying to actually make stuff. So there we go, there's the political parties, and of course they're all self-selected for these psychopathic qualities, so you've got to be able to stand there and make bland, opinionated comments about what you believe that has nothing to do with truth. Political argument, if it was to do with empirical knowledge, would be like really boring. It would be looking at all the facts. You'd be looking, well, this and this and this, and how do we compare and contrast? And let's do a meta-analysis on this and work out what the best part is. We'd be looking at the environment. We'd be considering the effects of every single decision on the environment for 100 or 200 years to come. I don't understand why plastic bags haven't been banned. It's unrecyclable. Nobody recycles plastic film. It's oil being ripped out of the ground in some foreign state somewhere up in the North Sea or wherever it happens to come from, yeah? And then processed into these films that are then dropped into the landfill. I mean, that is stupid. Would you shit on your own doorstep? Because that's basically what you're doing. Yeah? They should just be banned because we can make stuff out of cornstarch. We can make plastic bags out of biodegradable materials. Why aren't we doing it? Because our politicians are so caught up on their personal agendas they don't give a shit about the environment. That's basically why. Yeah? Very few of them. Yeah? There's loads of things like that. I'm sitting here in Cyprus, everyone has a car, of course, there's 70 million cars in the UK. Come rush hour, everybody's sitting on the main radial arteries into and out of cities, yeah, or, the intercity motorway connections, pouring fuel into the air, sometimes 25-mile traffic jams of individuals sitting in their car just pumping carbon monoxide and other gaseous components out into the atmosphere, relentlessly, day in, day out, all around the planet. Yeah. Here I am in Cyprus, okay? It's happened to you too. And there's glorious sunshine. Here's the sunshine. Here, look. Everything should have solar panels all over the place. Go electric cars, like they do in Norway. Why aren't we paying attention to beautiful places like Norway and Finland, where people have actually got their acts together and people live happy, joyous lives, yeah, in states of well-being, sharing stuff and getting on and looking after the planet? Why aren't we doing that? I'm interested. And I'm looking forward to the change. And the change that I'm working with, I'm calling it engaged yoga, but the change is powerful because it's the inside work and the outside work joining together. You know, when we know from our breath, breathing in and breathing out, that this is the wind, yeah? When we know from what we eat and feel in our body that all this is just the earth. This is the earth and it's going to go back to earth. And there's no stopping that. Yeah? This breath is wind, it's going back to wind. All the blood that pulses through the system is rain and rivers flowing through. Yeah? That's what this is. And yet we think we can pollute the rivers. Yeah? Destroy the earth. Yeah? Toxify the air. Who are we doing that to? We're doing it to ourselves, guys. Time to wake up. Time to wake up. So I shout that a bit louder. It's time to wake up. That's it. Wake up to what's real. There's more. We go deeper. We'll go deeper another time. Meantime, have a totally gorgeous day. Manifest the mantra Om. Joy, peace, beauty, love, compassion. All those good things in your life. Blessings be. Blessings be.